Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. This is episode number 22. This is going to be a solo pod tonight because I had to hop on to just celebrate the 4-game win streak because, my God, the Sacramento Kings just blew out the Golden State Warriors by 30 points. This is something to celebrate. This is something for me to hop on and talk about because, my God, where do I even begin? Well, I think I should start off by saying, teach me how to Dougie. 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 Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me.
You ain't messing with my Dougie. Yes, sir. You know how to hop on. Come on now.
Hey, TZ showed up. TZ came in for the pod tonight. We have a back-to-back tomorrow against the Miami Heat, but we had to hop on tonight.
We had to.
After a massive win against the Golden State Warriors.
A 30 ball.
Easily done.
A easy ball. Held them under 100 points. I was like, yeah, we had to hop on. It was too good. The vibes are so high right now in the city of Sacramento. We all went to a Tom's Watch Bar to watch the game today. And just the vibes were fantastic. There was a Rod Wave concert that was happening next door, G1C, but we kept it down. We held the vibes up the entire night. And oh my gosh, it was the most fun that we've had all year. I mean, that's probably our best win of the season. It was the most fun that we've had all season. I mean, just a classic wire-to-wire win. Everybody just played at such a high level of energy. At the beginning of the game, they just matched the energy right away. They just looked like they were the better team tonight, and that's how you take care of business on the road.
And it looked like that we were having so much fun out there. That's what was so special to me. Is just seeing the boys having a good time without your star, without your leader and De'Aaron Fox. We won by 30 points, blew them out of the water without our star player.
That's incredible.
We had a starting lineup of Keon Ellis, Malik Monk, DeRozan, Keegan Murray getting back to the court with that ankle injury, and then Domantas Sabonis. And we took care of business in that first quarter. I think we were up by 18 at the most.
Yeah, and I think we started the game off with like a 7-0 run to start.
We did.
My God. I mean, the vibes were so high. It was just one of those games where you just kind of like felt that, oh, we're going to come in and take care of business. And my God, it was just so incredible. That first quarter, Domas was being aggressive. Malik Monk they set the tone. Keon Ellis was playing fantastic defense. Keegan Murray looks like he's almost the way back. Like, he looked really good tonight, even though he had 11 points tonight. And I mean, he was fantastic tonight. Just from like a person that was just hustling tonight on both ends. I mean, you can't beat what we did tonight. That was incredible.
It's great to see Keegan Murray hitting open 3-pointers.
It really is.
I mean, it's been the storyline for him all season long is he can't make threes, but tonight he did. He went 3 for 6. 50%. You can't complain with 50%. Kevin Huerter, his running mate, he was making threes tonight. I think he had the most threes for the team tonight. I think he went, let's see. I think 4 for 6. So wow. Kevin Huerter went 4 from 6. The ball was falling tonight, and we started off extremely hot, and we rode that wave all throughout the game. However, that second quarter, the Warriors, when you have Steph Curry on the opposing floor, you know what they're capable of. And we've seen it time after time after time. I love this rivalry so much. I think the Kings and Warriors match up perfectly.
He clutched up, though, with those 2 4-point plays, though. I did cash my I cashed my underdog, my 4 out of 5 flex play because of that. So I just knew that I had a gut feeling that Steph was going to be himself. And his line was at 25.5.
He barely made it. 26.
Barely made it, but it was
26.
But that was through 3 quarters though, which was pretty impressive. And those 2 4-point plays pretty much helped that. So that's a solid win for me. But yeah, I mean, at that point, just going back to your point, I thought, oh, here we go. This is where the Kings have their one bad quarter. And
because normally we are normally accustomed to one bad quarter a game. But I didn't see one tonight. I didn't see a single bad quarter.
Because you know what we did when they cut the lead to 4?
We turned on the Jets.
Yeah, we turned on the Jets.
We looked in the sky. We were looking at Mike Brown, and we said, "Mike, this is for you."
And then we matched their run. We matched their run with our own run. So we
went absolutely crazy after they cut the lead to 4. You know what the final score of that second quarter was?
We were up by like 24.
We were up by 24 points.
Sheesh.
So when you thought the Warriors were going to, use their home court advantage and and climb back into this game after starting horribly. We didn't let up one bit. And that's what you love to see, because with a completely new mentality of this team and the way that we're playing and the way that we're integrating guys that haven't been getting the type of minutes that we've been expecting, seeing Keon getting like close to 30 minutes a game, now that we're implementing Devin Carter, now that he's healthy, I mean, dude, it's blue skies ahead. No, sorry. Purple skies ahead.
Yeah, you gotta say purple.
Purple skies ahead. I mean, who do we want to talk about first? Malik? Do you just want to talk about his playmaking?
Let's talk about Malik first. Because I think to me he was the player of the game tonight.
Oh, easily.
And I think that it just speaks on just who he is. I mean, he had a double in the first half.
16 points, 10 assists.
Yep. And then he tied his career high in assists with 12 assists. And
he was on pace for 20. I thought he was going to keep it rolling, but
I thought he was going to break Rondo's record, because that was like his record for Kings. It was 20, and I was like, oh, he's got a chance. Don't let him get hot. But no, I mean, Monk was setting the tone, his aggressiveness. That's just something that you just can't stop. Like how like Fox is like fast with the ball. I feel like Monk is like fast with his IQ and his decision making. I think a lot of times when you watch Malik Monk play, he's very quick with his decisions with the pick and roll, and he passes it really quick. He's like very fast passing the ball out. He's also fast getting downhill. He's fast with just like making the right play. So if you want to talk about just fastest high IQ awareness, that's probably got to be me, Malik Monk right there.
I think Malik Monk, what separates him from Fox is a scorer first, which we rely on him to be. But when Malik is in the game, scoring isn't his first option.
I think his playmaking, it's all playmaking
is first, in which like from a non-Kings fan perspective, you would think he's just going in and getting buckets on his own. But what people don't understand, I mean, Kings fans understand, but the fact that he has gotten double-digit assists. I think this is like his 5th or 6th time this season. So it's starting to become the norm for him. And for a guy that was even doing that when he wasn't a starter, and now that you're seeing it consistently when he is in the starting lineup, it's just incredible to see. I mean, he's getting everyone involved. He's making everyone on the court better. He's getting Keon open looks. He's getting Keegan Murray open looks. Yeah, Malik Monk was definitely the player of the game. 26 points, 12 assists. Incredible performance from him. And the fact that he got the double-double so early on into the game, I mean, that's just incredible. Especially when his best friend, star player of the team, is out. He took the weight of the team on his shoulders and really helped carry us to that win, especially in that first half. Because if we didn't win that first half the way we did, up 24 points, the game would have looked a lot different.
Oh, I agree.
We played a very comfortable game because our foot was on the gas the entire way through. Talk about a wire-to-wire win where like we are just putting the Warriors into the ground, Like we haven't had a game where, I mean, we have, but like it's been a while where we have controlled the flow of the game from the beginning to the end. And it was just incredible to see. We have not lost a game in 2025. This is the 4th Sacramento Kings win in a row. Crazy stat for you. The last time we won 4 in a row was January of 2024. So almost exactly a year ago. So it's good to see. This is the longest winning streak of the season. This is incredible. We got a game tomorrow, obviously, so we would love to extend it to 5.
That's what I'm saying. 5 in a row. I'm so close. I'm so close.
Remind the viewers one more time your prediction.
I said 2 episodes ago that we were going to go on a 5-game winning streak. We are almost there. Tomorrow is the last one, and the last one is always the hardest one. So I know that the Kings, they had a little bit of rest on the 4th quarter in a back-to-back, but this is one of those things. The 5th one's got to be the most important. I know there's no Jimmy Butler.
But there's probably no De'Aaron.
There's no De'Aaron. So we're canceling it out. So it's going to be the battle of the bigs. It's going to be Sabonis versus Bam.
I also think the battle of the role players, too.
Yeah, battle of the role players.
Because Miami has been like relying heavily on like Nikola Jovic and like a lot of Jaime Jaquez and a lot of their
Tyler Hero will probably be there. Yeah.
So it's going to be a battle of the role players and obviously Sabonis, Bam, Adebayo. We'll get into that in a little bit further into the episode, but the fact that we are just buying into what Doug Christie is preaching. I mean, teach me how to Dougie. Am I right? Like, this is incredible.
And also, Domas had a really, really good game too. I think we got to talk about Domas's game today.
I mean, he gets up for these games. You know, he takes this matchup personally. I think he doesn't look at Kevon Looney or Tracy Jackson Jr. He's looking at Draymond. This is personal for him. He finished the game with 22 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. Just shy of a triple-double again. Standard performance. This is just like a, brush it off the shoulders type of game for Domantas Sabonis. Because at this point, it's just we don't even praise a stat line like this anymore because it's just become so normal for us.
It's insane.
But Domantas Sabonis, like he's one of the anchors of our team, offensively, defensively. I mean. A moment of the game I want to bring up was when Draymond Green sets a very hard screen on Keon Ellis from the back. Keon falls to the ground. Steve Kerr is complaining. And then Doug Christie comes onto the floor. And the reason why I bring this up is because Domantas Sabonis and Doug Christie have such a tight-knit relationship. Domantas Sabonis pulls Doug Christie away from the scuffle. He walks him back to the bench, and he's pounding Doug's chest. And that moment to me was just like...
Sign of a dog right there.
Yes, like Doug has it in him. He's had it in his 2000 era of Kings basketball. He's had it since then, and he's translating that to a head coach position. But like just seeing the way how the players respond around him, like pounding your coach's chest like that, I mean... I've seen a lot of coaches try to get into the mix of things, but they just kind of like push them away, bring them back, try to calm them down. But like Sabonis was like hyping him up on the way back to the bench.
He was like doing this. He was in.
Oh. It looks like a Wolf of Wall Street trailer. No, it was awesome. It was so awesome to see. We obviously know Domantas and Doug have a very close relationship. They work together in the off seasons and stuff, so they obviously have that close relationship. But just seeing that moment, that just shows that the players are here to play for their coach. I mean, we love Mike Brown more than anything, but this new era of Kings basketball,
it's off to a great start.
It's off to such a great start. We're 4-1 in the Doug Christie era, undefeated in 2025,
undefeated at home
in 2025.
Yep. I mean, in the Doug Christie era.
I think, obviously, some type of... Like the title of our last episode, the Kings have flipped the switch. And guess what we did in this episode? We kept the switch on.
Always keeping it on.
And we played much better tonight. I mean, it was just...
literally.
Let's talk about Devin Carter. Devin Carter.
Oh, Friar Nation. Tap in. Any Friars, I want all of you to send... this video to any Friar fans, any Providence College fans. Tell them to subscribe to this damn channel because we love Devin Carter and we love Providence.
We do.
So I want to just talk about Devin Carter because I just love him so much. What I saw from Devin Carter tonight was basically he came out with a sense of urgency. He basically looked very dominant on the floor. In his second game, he's guarding up against Steph Curry, and Steph Curry is
I love that.
Easily the greatest shooter of all time. There's no question about it. Top 10 player of all time. There's no question about that either. But one of the things that he did was he got beat, on a classic step back, and he came out and just was like, you know what, I'm just going to come at you. And he was able to do that, and he kept that energy the entire night. He was basically in the transition lanes effectively. He was getting to his spots. He had a really cool alley-oop dunk in that second quarter that just got the crowd really hyped at Tom's, and it was just so much fun. And even in the third and fourth quarter, he was starting to become confident where he was like, you know what, I'm going to take a lot of the shots here because I want to see the ball go through the net. I mean, he just looked very dominant tonight. Rebounding, he was able to just play at such a dominant force. There was a moment in the game where I saw he was going up against Kyle Anderson for a rebound, and even though he didn't grab it, he was still like contesting and fighting for it. And that just shows like the dog mentality that Devin Carter has. And I think that Kings fans already love him. We love him already. And this was the result that you saw from tonight of why Monty McNair drafted Devin Carter, for those specific reasons of just being this energy guy and this glue guy, but also can be like a very good player on offense and have like a very good shot. So I'm like, man, I'll take that any day of the week.
And I'm so glad that Monty McNair did not jump the gun with Devin Carter, because Devin Carter's name was in trade rumors before the Mike Brown firing and just in general, really. But it's been known that Monty McNair is not allowing Devin Carter to be in any trade talks, which I love, because we finally get to see him 2 games in. First game, he didn't get to score his first bucket, but he was very aggressive on the glass, and he ended up with 5 rebounds the first game. But this game, what really stood out to me, like he did in the first game, he picked up full court again, which I freaking love, setting the tone. He did that. He grabbed 7 rebounds tonight, and he was looking for a shot, and he was confident with the way he was shooting and the way he was playmaking tonight. He finished with 13 points, 7 rebounds. For a guy his size to pull down 7 rebounds, he's given me early onset Josh Hart comparisons.
Literally.
I mean, a guy like Josh Hart, I think Josh Hart is a little bit taller than him. I think Josh Hart
he's like 6'4".
6'4", yeah. Devin Carter, he might be 6'2", 6'3", but any team in the NBA would love a guy like Josh Hart. And if we're getting a guy that is willing to just put his body on the line to grab rebounds and just get us extra possessions and
I'll sign up for it.
And he could shoot the 3-ball
at a very solid clip.
Sign me up.
At a solid clip.
Sign me up. Yeah, dude. Shouts out Devin Carter.
Shout out Devin Carter.
13 points in his second game in the NBA. I mean,
that's very impressive.
I know his Rookie of the Year campaign is
it's not going to happen because he
didn't meet the threshold. But I mean, in Sacramento Kings fans' eyes, I think if he continues this throughout the rest of the season and it results to wins and it results to extra possessions, he's Rookie of the Year in our eyes.
In our eyes, yeah, and he'll be viewed as the best rookie by a lot of the peers in the NBA.
Yes,
because I think that stat really doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, he lost the Rookie of the Year award to Ben Simmons
to a fake rookie.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the Rookie of the Year doesn't really necessarily mean that you're going to be the best player 5 years down the line unless you're like a generational talent. But what it does, it gives, I mean, Devin Carter just shows time and time again that this could be his time to be the best player out of his class. When we look at and reflect back 5 years from now, we can say that Devin Carter was the best player in his class. And I don't think that's a far stretch at all with just how the rest of the draft class has been. So imagine this. If it was Jalen Wells and Devin Carter as the two, I'd be ecstatic, because that's a Sacramento native and then a Sacramento King being the best two. I will take that all day long.
I'll pray that happens, honestly. I think another thing that Devin Carter does is he impacts winning. Devin Carter's 2-0. He hasn't lost the game in an NBA uniform yet. I don't know about his G League record.
I think it was 2-0. I think it was 2-0.
Was he 2-0 in Stockton?
I think it was 2-0 in Stockton.
Dude, this guy's just used to W's.
I think so.
Dude, that's
either
amazing.
that or 1-1, because I know he won his first game.
I know he won the first game. I don't know about the second game.
I will fact check that right now.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, shouts out Devin Carter. Shouts out Friar Nation, of course, and shouts out that long hair of his. I mean,
oh, that's luscious.
Dude, it's great to see that the Kings are playing like a complete team, start to finish. And another thing that I love so much about how we were playing tonight is we were pushing the pace and playing extremely fast.
Yeah.
Because I think teams are at their best when obviously the defense is not set.
That's right.
And that's what we were exploiting the entire night. Is we would get rebounds and we'd push the pace all game long. And it started off in that first quarter, and that's what ballooned the lead up to 15, and then we just kept doing it from there on. And I think that Doug Christie is playing more of the bench, especially that we have more guys on the bench to play now that Devin Carter is here. I mean, it's just great to see. I love what we're doing, and
yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, we've led a lot of the categories tonight. We had 31 assists tonight for a team total over the Golden State's 22. We had 10 steals compared to 15. I was saying 10 for the Golden State Warriors, but 43 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds, and we just played like a better team, and we had 42 points in the paint. And 15 fast break points, and it just looks like a complete game. You just can't beat that. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say at all, because it was such a very good game, and it's like we've already hit kind of the main points of it, where it's like, oh my gosh, this was so well done. I mean, fantastic. Kevin Huerter shots were making. I mean, everybody played so well tonight. So I just don't complain.
the stat line tonight. While I'm doing this, can you pull up Matt George's Twitter? He had some important stats that I want to mention. So Keegan Murray, after missing 2 games, he finishes with 11 points, 3 from 6 from the 3. DeMar DeRozan adds just a cool little 12 points. Sabonis, of course, this is just a regular night in the Sabonis household. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Malik Monk leading the charge with 26 points, 12 assists, double-double in the first half, and he tacks on 4 steals. Whew. He ends the game with the Defensive Player of the DPOG crown. And then Keon Ellis, in another start for him, 11 points, 2 steals. He played just shy of 30 minutes. In the previous 3 games, he's been averaging 30 minutes a game. But we were dominant the whole way through, so he didn't have to play more than 30 minutes, which was great. So he finished with 27 minutes. Kevin Huerter shot the lights out, 4 from 6 from 3, finishing with 16 points. Devin Carter, 13 and 7. And then Trey Lyles, 7 points, 9 rebounds. But yes, team-wise, 15 steals, 19 threes, and 20 for 22 from the free throw line. So it was just...
Masterclass game.
We won by 30 points. We keep Golden State, who had all of their guys, right? They weren't missing anyone?
They missed Kuminga. That was the one main guy. One guy was...
That was the one guy they missed.
Yeah, Kuminga was the only one.
Hey, we were missing our star player too.
Yep.
And we kept them under 100 points. Can you pull up...
all right, everybody.
The Matt George stats for us?
The tweet of the day.
Yes. Listen up, everyone.
This is the tweet of the day from Matt George.
Shouts out Matt George, by the way. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and also thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment on the last episode. Yes, thank you for the comment on the last episode. But Matt George tweeted out a very wonderful tweet. He said the Sacramento Kings under Doug Christie have a 4-1 record with the 3rd best offensive rating in the NBA with 122.7, 14th in NBA defensive rating with 114.5, and if you compare the two differences, that makes it 5th in the NBA net rating with 8.2, and in that time they are 4th with points per game with 122.4, 4th in assists with 30, 4th in steals per game with 10.2. That is a recipe for success.
That right there, shouts out Matt George for being a stat wizard, because me and RT, we're not coming up with those type of stats.
Man, I wish I'd be a stat wizard, man. That's crazy.
Wow. I love analytics so much because it just tells the story. For people that aren't able to watch the game, you can look at the stats and you can see how the team is playing. That right there explains the success in 2025. 4th in steals, 4th in points,
and 4th in assists.
I mean, 14th in defensive rating. I mean, I will take that any day.
That's at the top half of the league.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And if we could get to the 10 range,
that would be fantastic.
Because I think I forgot the exact stat of this, but this was about a couple weeks ago when Mike Brown was still coaching. He gave De'Aaron Fox a piece of paper showing that NBA
this NBA is the championship ones, right?
It is extremely rare for a team that is not in the top 10 offense and top 10 defense to win a championship. So if we could just get into that top 10 in defense, because obviously our offense is there. I don't want to jump too far ahead, say that we're gonna win the championship, because obviously we're not there yet. Not even close. No.
I'd be so happy.
What means the most to Kings fans is that we're trending upward.
If we get past the first round, I will be ecstatic. That would be
if we won the first round,
a successful season. Past the first round, that's a successful season in my book.
A second round in Sacramento at the Golden One Center. Oh,
in May, that'd be great.
God. May basketball? We haven't had May basketball in Sacramento
since 2004. Since 2004.
We always end our season in April.
We
could extend it to May. And I think what will push us over is if we could get into the top 10 in defense. So I bet you that the Kings have that on their radar, and we see that we're 14th, and I bet you Doug's saying, we're 14th right now? Let's keep climbing. RT, I see you checking your pulse. Are you breathing okay?
Yeah, I think it's time for a pulse check. We haven't done these pulse checks.
We haven't done a pulse check in a while, but now it is like a very crucial time to do it.
Time to do it. So,
can I just start it off by saying this? The Sacramento Kings are no longer the 12th seed in the NBA in the West. We are now, drum roll please.
Do the drum roll for me because I have.
You're a drummer. You're a drummer.
No. I got to do it on my phone. I got it.
Do it. We are the 11th seed, everyone.
Let's
freaking go.
We're so back, baby.
Hey,
come on.
We are the 11th seed. That's something to celebrate.
That is.
Okay, RT, take it away.
All right, everybody. It is time for the monthly pulse check. So, and mainly we're doing this in the West, but the East is always fun. But the East is kind of just like, we don't really care about the East.
Let's talk about the West.
All right. So, at first place, obviously, is the OKC.
Start from bottom to top.
No, because
yeah. Okay, I'm
you know
fine
what I mean? Because
I'm fine with that.
Look at the bottom two teams we don't really care about. The bottom three teams we don't care about. So first place is OKC. They won 15 games in a row, which is just insane.
They beat the Boston Celtics.
They beat the Boston Celtics today. They beat the New York Knicks on Friday.
Dude, they are
insane. I thought they were going to take a step back, but I'm like, all right, they're going to be top of the West, top of the NBA for a while.
They're the Denver Nuggets of the years past.
Sheesh.
We just have to let them.
Just let them run. Yeah. And then in second place is the Houston Rockets.
That's still so surprising.
That's the most surprising thing so far. I thought they were going to take a little bit of a step back in January, but they're still rolling.
What is their record, RT?
They are currently 23-12.
Oh my god.
Which is just nuts. Ime Udoka has been coaching their butts off, so I know they just lost.
To do that.
Yeah. And they just lost Jabari Smith. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. But Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, Dylan Brooks, all those guys, they just know how to play. Fred VanVleet, a lot of them just are very successful with just what they're doing. So I really think that they're doing well. Third is the Memphis Grizzlies. They're currently dealing with some injuries right now. We did beat them on Friday. So no John Morant. Out for, he'll probably be back this next week. I think that Fox will take over his spot, and so that's going to be what's going to happen. So we're going to be banking on that. Fourth is the Denver Nuggets, and
they've been playing. They've been turning
Jokic
around.
Has been playing really incredible.
It's been the Jokic and Westbrook duo.
Yeah,
that's been really surprising.
And then Jamal Murray's been stepping it up. I mean, they're rookies. Peyton Watson. I mean, he's not really a rookie anymore, but Peyton Watson is like playing super well. He played really well against San Antonio.
He played very well against us.
He did play well against us too.
And Strother guy.
And Strother's great too. Jokic and SGA, those are like the top two right now for the MVPs. So it's going to come down to those two. So we'll see who gets it. I mean, either way.
NBA wants it to be SGA. I want it to be Jokic.
I personally want it to be Jokic too, but I don't know. I mean, it's going to be very close.
NBA wants it to be SGA so bad, though.
I think it's going to be very, very close. In fifth is the Los Angeles Lakers. I know they did lose tonight, though, so that is a good sign. It's interesting because they have a negative 1.6 point differential, and the fact that they are the fifth seed still blows my mind. So I just think they have had a cupcake schedule. They basically haven't played anybody tough. I think their schedule gets really hard in February. So we're going to see what this team is made out of. So we'll see.
You know what makes me upset about the Lakers being fifth? The reason why they're in the fifth place is because they've beat us 4 times this season.
Yeah. I mean,
that is what brought them there. Because the way they've been playing against everyone else,
not so well. Garbage. So in sixth, tied with the Lakers, is the Dallas Mavericks. They are currently on a 4-game losing streak.
Partly because no Luka Doncic.
And there's no Luka Doncic. He will be out until February. Most likely he will be out for the All-Star game, which could be big if we're looking to get some Kings players to replace or with or without. So that's very big.
Did you see the video of Luka Doncic on the scooter?
Oh, I did. Yeah, he basically was struggling to get up.
He still can't put pressure on the foot is what it looks like. He's using the scooter to get around.
Yeah, because he used the scooter and he can't really use the pressure. So I think he'll be probably out until...
He might be out for a while, which
I think
is
he'll be out until the end of February.
You hate to see injuries in general, but in the Kings case, it's helping.
It is helping.
We obviously wish Luka a speedy recovery, but it's not looking good. The fact that he can't put pressure, but he's been playing injured pretty much the whole season, and even when he's injured, he can still put up 30
it's so disgusting
It's
what he
crazy.
does. It's what he does, and still average a 30-point triple double. I mean, unbelievable. Now we're entering the play-in spots. So now in 7th is the Los Angeles Clippers.
They've taken a step back because they were third and fourth seed.
Yeah, but Kawhi was back, so that is going to be a help for the Clippers. James Harden is still playing at a very good level. Norman Powell has been great. Ivica Zubac has been fantastic.
Do you think Kawhi Leonard is going to bring the Clippers? Is he going to help them out, or is he going to help them digress?
I think it will help him out, because I think what Harden is doing is Harden's playing at a level. I think if Harden is out, then that will definitely deteriorate the team a little bit, and that will take a step back. But Harden is playing like a very solid level. He is being a very good facilitator. He's running the offense. It really comes down to whether Norman Powell keeps it up too. Kawhi is going to be Kawhi. I don't think that's really going to change, especially.
But it's going to take him a long time.
It will take him a while
to get back to his like normal minutes.
No,
right now I think his first game he played 18, 19 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't really paid attention to the Clipper games since, but I'll have to watch that when I get a chance. The 8th seed is the San Antonio Spurs, which has been the other surprise in the NBA so far. It seems like the Chris Paul effect is just like clockwork itself. Whatever team Chris Paul goes on to, they are just better than the year that he is on. Wembanyama is playing
unbelievable,
out of his mind. He's starting to become like getting some votes for All-Star starter.
Oh, he's going to be an All-Star no matter what.
He'll be an All-Star no matter what, but there's like conversations of whether he'll be an All-Star starter.
I'm not opposed to him being a starter.
Which I'm not opposed either, but it is a popularity vote. I mean, Harrison Barnes is playing super well for them too.
Another All-Star on their team. Another All-Star.
Hey,
we love Harrison Barnes here.
Yes. And then the 9th spot, the team we just beat, the Golden State Warriors. They are 18 and 17. Again, they are starting to take a little bit of a step back. They started off really, really hot to begin the season. They were the 1 seed. I think they only lost 2. They were like 8 and 2 or something like that before the Cup. But now they've taken a step back. Obviously, they lose Kuminga for a couple weeks, so we're going to see what that team is really like.
But the real reason why the Warriors are taking a huge leap back is because it all boils down to the Buddy Hield cycle. Right when Buddy Hield joins the team, he shoots incredible. First 10 games, he plays great. And then he starts to shoot himself out of games. He doesn't play defense. And then Warriors fans are like, why? Like, I thought this guy was the answer, and then he just shoots you out of the game, and then he's going to end up getting traded this year, or he's going to be just a very minimal piece to their puzzle.
Yeah, I mean that's always
Buddy Hield effect.
Yeah, it is the Buddy Hield effect. Yep.
I mean it's been studied. I think Stanford and Harvard were studying this cycle because it's something that needs to be. The Ivy Leagues need to take over this.
I mean American River College could probably study that too. I mean it doesn't take a rocket science or an Ivy League to know what is happening with the Buddy Hield experience. I mean, it just never works out. But
the Buddy Hield cycle is just something that needs
I do want to mention that tonight. Just kind of another sidetrack thing that I wanted to talk about before I move on and talk about the 10 seed. Buddy Hield was 1 for 5 from 3 tonight, and he had a minus 25, which is the highest minus total for the Warriors tonight. So just bad basketball, and yeah, Buddy Hield is just a goofball, but major goofball, goofy goober. But anyways, we're moving on with the 10 seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Speaking of goofy goobers and a guy named Julius Randle, Minnesota Timberwolves are 17 and 17. This team has just been, everybody has expected the Timberwolves to be a top 3 seed this year, especially with the success of what happened last year. But
I still cannot believe they made that trade.
Yeah, I know.
Still cannot believe because
Cat is playing.
Cat's playing unbelievable basketball.
Cat is playing the best basketball he's had in his entire career.
And this stretch of games, he's been having like 30-20s. He's been, dude.
Spoiler alert: when we do our All-Star ballots,
yes, we're doing that next week or the week after. We're going to be doing our All-Star ballots. Yes.
My spoiler alert, Cat is one of my front court starters. I mean, he is fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate that. There was
over Joel.
Yeah. And Joel hasn't even gotten any votes either, so he's be out. But there was a stat that I saw that Karl Anthony Towns and Domantas Sabonis are the top 2 players with the most double-doubles this season. So, I mean, it is insane that, he is just playing at such a high level. And it just shows that this trade has definitely affected the Timberwolves more than it has the Knicks. The Timberwolves have looked lost.
What were they thinking, dude?
I think
if I was a Minnesota fan, I'd be pissed.
I mean, Dante DiVincenzo really hasn't had it this year.
I feel so bad for Dante because he was thriving in New York system, and then they throw him into Minnesota, and they barely play him, and when he does play, he's not really too effective. Dude.
Just get him out of there.
Get Dante back to Sac or something. My God.
Man, that'd be sick.
Love Dante.
That'd be sick.
All right,
and then Julius Randle, he's basically kind of just been super inconsistent. I mean, that's how he has been his entire career. 11th is us, and then in the 12th spot is the Phoenix Suns. This team lost 4 in a row.
Yes.
There was a clip that came out that was super viral against the Pacers where Durant and Booker were laughing on the bench. They just were going to make roster, lineup changes, basically. So they took out Nurkic and Bradley Beal, and then they replaced him with Ryan Dunn. I don't know who the other person is. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're doing lineup changes, and that was before they even did their next game too. So
that's crazy.
That is something to monitor.
There's problems in Phoenix. The NBA trade deadline is, as of tomorrow, it is a month away. Ooh. So as the day you guys are watching this, it will be a month away. So I have a big feeling that Phoenix will make moves. The Kings might make some moves. The NBA is going to look a lot different, and I'm very curious to see how it all plans out.
We'll see.
The fact that the Kings are, when we had a very bad stretch of games, we turned it around with a 4-game winning streak. Phoenix, they are in the back seat. We're in the front seat. We're in the 11th seed with clear pathway to get into the play-in picture. But even outside of that, I think we could push to the 7th seed.
Well, because right now we are currently 3.5 games back from the 5 seed, which is the Lakers, and tied with the Mavericks. So
yeah, because the Lakers have 20 wins, correct?
Yeah, have 20 wins, correct.
And we have 17.
17,
so we're right there.
We're right in the thick of it. So, as we like to quote our other podcast member, Johnny Miner,
yes,
in the thick of it. But we are 3.5 games back, and we have 48 games left in the season to go. Once again, thanks to Matt George for the tweet again. But yeah, I mean, this season is far from over. We're just getting started.
Yep. RT.
So I think this is going to be a testament, especially with this road trip coming up. We'll see after tomorrow when we get our 5th win. We'll still record. We'll still record the next day.
We're recording for sure.
But no, I'm just excited for where the Kings are going. I think this is the right direction, and this team is just playing so well. So, as we said in the last couple episodes, we are back, baby.
And as what Chance the Rapper says,
and we back, and we back, and we back, and we back.
Thank you so much for watching the Kang Gang Pod, episode 22. We love you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Like this video, subscribe, share it to your family, and make sure you click the subscribe button, because you know what it does? It lights the beam. We love you. Have a wonderful night. Let's frickin' go.